Good morning, Year 2. Let's take a look at our next lesson on time. First of all, we're going to begin with our flashback 4. Pause the video now and have a go at your flashback 4. Are you ready for the answers? So, of course, the time shown on the clock is 25 past 4. The next time says 2:45. However, you could also say 45 minutes past 2, but we generally tend to say 2:45. 7:75 is 6. Now, this last question you may have found a little bit tricky. It says the total of 7 and 4. So what it wants you to do is 7, which is 14, and then add 4, which makes 18. So yesterday we looked at finding durations of time. Today we're going to have a go at comparing those durations. So the things that I want you to consider while you're doing this discover are, have you seen a sign like this in real life? If so, where? Or have you seen anything similar? And how many ways can you find to represent the duration of the journey? So remember, yesterday we spoke about the fact that 15 minutes is the same as a quarter of an hour. Pause the video now and have a go at your discover. So, like I've already said, today we are learning to compare durations of time. So the way that you're going to be successful today is you're going to use what you've already learned about time, and you're going to know that you're looking for the duration, how long the event took, rather than the end time. That's something that we spoke a bit about yesterday. And you're also going to be able to say if the duration of one event is longer or shorter than the duration of another event. Now, the things that you need to consider during this lesson are to compare lengths of time. What do you need to know? I'd also like you to think about when Dexter is answering the questions, what size jump has he used to count the minutes and why? Can you convince me? And is it easier to compare 65 and 75 minutes or 65 minutes and an hour and 15 minutes? Interestingly, 75 minutes and an hour and 15 minutes are exactly the same duration of length. It's just a different way of writing them. But it can make it a bit trickier when it comes to compare the lengths. You really need to remember that 60 minutes is the same as 1 hour. So when you answered your discover, I hope you realised that it took 30 minutes to get from Garforth to Hyde Park. And from Hyde Park to Winmore, it took 25 minutes. Now again here, Dexter has used the clock and Flo has used the number line. Whichever method you find best for you is fine. And then finally, the total duration was 55 minutes. Now you could either work it out by using the clock or the number line, or you could add the two durations together that you've already worked out. 30 and 25 is 55. So now we're going to start with our think together. This is my turn. So the bus starts at 2 o'clock and ends at 6 o'clock. The taxi starts at 5 o'clock and ends at 7 o'clock. So when I'm thinking about this, I need to think about the start time and the end time and how long was in between, how long the journey took. So I can realise using my mental maths, I don't need to do any form of calculation. I know that the bus took 4 hours and the car or taxi took 2 hours. I also know, because of my place value skills, that 4 hours is more than 2 hours because 4 is bigger than 2. Therefore, the bus journey took longer. Could you now have a go at this question with different numbers? The things you need to consider are, how is finding duration in hours different to minutes? And how will you find out how many hours are between 3 and 6? How might you represent this? Pause the video now and give it a go. Here's your next set of questions. Now, for question 2, you've got a mixture of hours and minutes. So you're going to have to think, do you need to consider the hours in the question 2, or do you only need to consider the minutes? What information do you already know that can help you answer this question? Now, your challenge is looking at challenge question 3. Could you come up with your own question? Could you, just like in this question, could you show the duration of each of these times as a picture? Now, again, here you can see that Sian is doing it in 1 hour and 15 minutes, but Maya purely says 70 minutes. You might find it easier to convert either Sian's time to just minutes or Maya's time to hours and minutes so that you can easily compare the two. Pause the video now and give it a go. Here are your answers. Now it's time to move on to your practice books. You're going to start on page 73, comparing durations of time. Just like yesterday, the answers to these questions are at the end of the video, and there are some challenge questions before. Pause the video now and have a go at the work in your practice books. Now time for your true or false question. Blue Peter is on for 5 minutes longer than News Round. True or false? Pause the video now and answer the question. Now, of course, this is false. News Round and Blue Peter are both half an hour long. Pause the video now and have a go at this challenge question. And here are your answers for the practice workbook. How did you get on? I hope you're finding that you're successful in your work with time. If you're having any problems, however, please feel free to email me and I'll be able to answer any of your questions. For now, have a good day and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.